What's up, everyone? This video I want to talk about the Rode Streamer X, right? Now this is a interesting product in my opinion. This is somewhat of a compact version of a Rodecaster Duo, kind of, but it has a few extra features, right? Now you can't take this and record a podcast on it eternally, right? No SD cards, no slot for that, so you can't do that. But when it comes to like a setup, whereas of a, if you don't want a Rodecaster Duo or Rodecaster Pro 2 on your side, you can kind of use this as your streaming audio interface. It's a capture card all at the same time. So this is not really like an in-depth review. Like when I first got my hands on it, I just tested it for a little bit. Now, you can use this to bus power, which means, if you're not familiar with that term, you can power up from your computer, desktop, laptop, whatever. Now, it does come with a power supply, right? It has a power output right here, which means if your computer doesn't have enough I/O in it, basically, you can use the power supply that comes with it to kind of power it, so you don't have to use the computer input, take a slot where you're limited, where you can't basically use it. But you still have to plug it into the computer anyway. So it's one of those type of situations where if you have some more inputs on your, like say if you got a desktop, you got more inputs, like a laptop. Like I used it with the MacBook Air 15. It only got 2 Thunderbolt ports. So I used it to bus power and just kind of set it up, use the Rode Connector app and all these things. It's functional because I use it as an audio interface. I didn't use it as a capture card. I didn't do no streaming with it yet, so can't really give you no feedback with that. But one of the issues, it's not really, I wouldn't say it's an issue, but something that came across me that kind of I've noticed that was a problem for me. The headphone jack. There's nothing wrong with the headphone jack. When you put headphones in, it has that de-esser sound to them. Like they hear that real tinny de-esser sound, like the S's, the C's, and D's really kind of stick out. So with this, you'll hear that a lot more compared to a Rodecaster Duo, Rodecaster 1, 2, whatever. So that was after not hearing it for so long, when you hear it, you're like, oh, okay, this touchpads feel just like the podcast setups. You got your mute button, your camera button, all these things. Like I said, I didn't use it for streaming yet, but I wanted an audio interface because I was looking at this or Apollo Twin audio interface, and that has a lot of plugins for music and all these other instruments, things like that, all the other things. But I just wanted something where I could use it as, headphones when I'm doing some video editing. So one of the issues that I came across was how much was I willing to spend. And I seen this and I was like, okay, this is an audio interface and it's a capture card, so I could use it for a double whammy type situation where it's double the features, where I can use it for modern audio when I'm doing video editing, and when I start streaming on a regular, it does that as well. Now, when you look at the I/O, you got, like I said, the power supply, USB Thunderbolt port. So you can hook this up to 2 computers, and you have a through input for streaming and output. It has phantom power, which I thought it was a power button for a hot second, but then I ain't got my glasses on, so it's a phantom power button, and you got 1 combo microphone jack, right? Now, these volume rockers are clickable buttons as well. Like I said, I didn't use it for streaming, so I can't really give you no feedback with that, but it was functional. I see when I pressed it, it went from microphone to headphone to Wi-Fi. So that all works. And one of the things, it's not a knock on it, it's just something I prefer. The volume rockers, when you twist and turn, the light clicks and it goes with the dial. I kind of like the little lines on the outside of it because that's just me. I'm used to that, so it's like it's not a bad thing. It's just something I'm personally prefer. But you can I want to say you can set up to like 48, 42 sound pads on this thing. And it works well, like I said. It's right now I haven't really gotten depth with this. So right now it's basically an audio interface for me where I use it to monitor audio. But it can capture 4K, which I probably never will do. I'll probably do 1080p the most. But the options available for you if you're into that, especially if you're into gaming. That's why I see some people kind of condensing their setups and replacing the Rodecaster Pros, the Duos, the first one and the second generation one, with this, because it's like you could just use those for just podcasting, where you can use this for basically everything you need: audio, sound pads, and streaming, all with this one little thing. Because I seen one setup I thought was pretty cool. Like, they took the Rodecaster Pro 2 out and replaced it with this and just used that for podcasting. And like, if you don't really record a podcast at your computer station, this replacing it was perfect. So I'm gonna do some more tests and actually stream with it. And like I said, I'm not gonna do 4K because I don't need to do that, but 1080p, and just see, is it any software issues using it, and is it hardware issues, any of those type of things when it comes to using this. But right now, this is my first impressions of this, and I like it. Kind of like when you looked at videos of this, it's bigger than what you think. Like, I thought it was a little bit smaller than this when I got it, but it's a really nice little size to it. Some people may or may not like it because of that, but for me, I thought it was smaller than this. I thought it was smaller because of the videos I've seen. So when I actually got it myself, I was like, oh, this is a little bulky. Which is not a knock on it, but it's just I underestimated how big this thing actually was. So right now, it's doing what I needed to do. I'm using it to monitor audio, and once I get into streaming, that's why I kind of like the fact that you could use it to bus power, but I want to use it with my MacBook Pro because I have more outputs and kind of leaves me with more options instead of just two with the MacBook Air 15-inch. But so that's what this is going to be. It's my audio interface to do multiple things. And that's always been my thing lately now. And when I buy a device, I want to use it for multiple things, just not just one. Because then I got an audio interface for audio. I got a capture card over here, which I had the A10 Mini, which had 4 inputs and outputs, but I'm not going to use that many cameras to stream. So when I seen this, that could do both, and you can stream up to 4K. Not bad of an option, because I think the A10 Mini Pro is $299 now, $100 cheaper. But that does audio, but you can record it externally to a hard drive, those type of things. If you're doing multiple cam shots and you like a podcast with multiple cam shots, that's perfect for that. But for me, using this as a audio/streamer card, perfect for me. So let me know in the comment section of anyone who has this. Do you like it? Dislike it? Let me know in the comment section. Let's have a conversation about it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you like it. Hit that like button if you did. And I will see you next time.